Let's take a look at our expense planning capabilities. In this case, I am logged in as the general manager of Gaston Hotel, and I'm looking at the rooms department expense forecast. And on the screen, I've arranged my accounts as rows, and I can see here I've got an account number, the description of what that account is, and at the end of that description, I've got what the driver is for the forecast. So in this instance, we're looking at guest breakfast, which is a big one amongst most hospitality companies. And I can see here that the driver for that account is the number of occupied rooms for the month. So what the system is doing automatically is it's calculating that $12,338 number that you see based upon the number of rooms that I forecasted over here in my daily revenue tab for April. And it's taking that times this rate, this $2.28 rate per occupied room. Now, you can notice that the $12,338 number is actually grayed out. It's a calculated number. It's pre-calculated for me. What I can update, though, is the rate that is using per occupied room. So the forecaster has the ability to either increase or decrease that rate based upon their knowledge of the guest breakfast expenses. And on the screen, I can also see some other pertinent information to guest breakfast. I can see that I had budgeted for the month of April a $2.28 rate, and that's what I've pre-populated for my forecast automatically. I can see that last year, so last April of 2012, I actually came in at a $2.32 per occupied room rate. And I can see right here for March, my forecast was actuals at this point. I came in at a $2.26 rate. Okay. And then for March, I had budgeted $2.22. Last March, I did $2.26. So this is probably the closest that I can come at this point, knowing my food expenses that came in for last month. I'm probably somewhere between the 226 and the 228 at this point. So I'm going to go ahead and adjust this down just a little bit to the 227, just to be frugal. I'm going to go ahead and change that number, hit enter. The system has, of course, highlighted that in blue because I've made that change. It's highlighted the guest breakfast in blue. It's recalculated $12,284. And I have the ability now, I can come in here and actually insert a comment to the cell if I want to and explain why I changed it. So I'm going to type in averaged budget and last month actuals. Hit OK. And you'll notice the system puts a red hashtag at the corner of any cell that's got a comment on it. That comment is not only visible to me, but anybody reviewing this template and or rolling this template or this data up within my region or the entire company. So if someone up the food chain is looking at me, looking at guest breakfast, and they can actually right-click on the guest breakfast account and see the comment that I typed in for the rate for the current forecasting period and actually see my comments there. So all of the forecasting accounts will be rolled up automatically based upon any changes that I key in to any of the drivers. The amounts will be changed automatically, re-rolled up to the totals. So for instance, I'm going to come in here now and change my occupied rooms for the month of April, and we'll see how this changes from 12,284 to something else. So I'm going to come back in here to my daily revenue tab, adjust my rooms maybe for the 30th of April. So from an 80 transient, I'm going to go to 90, hit enter. Let the system recalculate my entire forecast based upon that new room sold, and I'm going to come back to the rooms department Scroll down to guest breakfast, and I can see that the new total for guest breakfast has been recalculated. Scroll over one. Now we're at 12,306 based upon those new total occupied rooms in my forecast. I can also see that a lot of the other accounts have automatically changed as well, because they're all being driven off of occupied rooms as well. So when you update your forecast for your revenue, rooms sold, you're not having to go to 5 or 6 different places to update the expenses associated with that. The system's automatically going to recalculate the entire model based upon any inputs that impact their expenses, and re-roll all that data up all the way down to GOP, net income, net cash. And that concludes our expense overview. If you've got any other questions, please let us know. Thank you.